is that the number one way to keep people out of poverty, lower the crime rate, and have a better society is whether or not you have a mom and a dad around, which we agree that's an ideal. Yeah? Cool.
Yeah.
And so what happened in 1964 is that 25% of black youth were raised by a single mom. Today, it's nearly 75%, about 70%. So that means that 1 in 4 black kids will have a father around. Only 1 in 4. That's the number one issue happening in the country, and it's not because of systemic racism. I'd like to hear what you have to say about that.
Okay. So I think I misjudged you at first. Like when you brought up the 1350 stat, I had like just assumed that it was like inherently like eugenics based kind of, So, and that's where mine came from. Like I think we are on the same page that like we know what the problem is, and that's what I mean. Like
No,
the
and
education.
that's thank you for saying that, because I think we actually have a lot more in common in this country than the media would
Yeah,
ever
no,
believe.
definitely, right? And like what my point was, I was trying to say is, I don't think that we're doing enough to help these black communities catch up. Where, as like they're underfunded and they're not, and they're over policed, and there's just these factors that are contributing to, like you said, these single parent households.
Yeah,
Like,
so we're not going to agree on this. This is where we'll disagree, and that's okay. I have more of a view of Thomas Sowell on this, where he believes it's far more about culture, values, and worldview than stuff and over policing. I believe there's not enough police in black neighborhoods. You're going to disagree with that. Let's not even get into it, okay? But I think we can ask a question, and I want your opinion. Why is it that the single motherhood rate in black America went from 25% to 75% over 50 years, where America did become less racist?
what, like, why did it?
Yeah, so what caused black America to go from one of the strongest nuclear family communities in the country to now the weakest by far?
I can't answer your
No,
question.
that's okay. No, that's great. And is, again, it's hard to get up and have these conversations. Here's my opinion. My opinion is that yes, there was some social welfare that subsidized single motherhood, which means it's easier to get cash from the government if you say you are single than if you are married. I think we can agree that's stupid. That shouldn't happen, right? But I would love your perspective on this. Do you think in black culture, getting married and staying with one woman for your entire life is elevated and celebrated?
No, not at all.
I think that's the problem.
I think.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Iron Richawd back with another video. This video will be the Ether. The Ether. If you don't know what Ether stands for, Nas made a song called Ether, where he basically destroyed Jay-Z. This is the Ether of this whole Charlie Kirk situation, bro. This is pretty much the last I have to say about it. The more research I do on Charlie Kirk, I didn't know who Charlie Kirk was until he was unalived. The more research I do on Charlie Kirk, the more admiration I have for this person and his views and what he represented, right? And the more saddened I feel about what happened to him, right? If this was a so-called black person, we would be glorifying. This would be the next Martin Luther King, right? We'll be out in the streets rioting and parading and marching. It'll be all type of outrage if a so-called black person with the same views was this popular. But what happened when we had a so-called black person holding black people accountable, like Kevin Samuels was holding the black community accountable and saying we need to hold our women accountable. We need to hold our men accountable. What did they do to him? What did they do to Charlie Kirk when he told the black community, you need to start holding each other accountable? You need to stop making excuses. You need to stop victimizing yourself. You need to stop saying you're so great and you come from kings and queens, but you have certain problems and certain traps that have been set in front of you and you continue to fall into the trap. You need to stop victimizing yourself and saying that it's their fault for setting the trap and saying, no, it's our fault for falling for the damn trap. This is the ether. If you're a low-level thinker, if you don't have a high level of cognitive function meaning you can process information and use it properly. The majority of you guys cannot use the information that you're getting because you don't process it. You just listen to respond. You don't listen to understand. Oh, this is the ether. Y'all getting some bars in this one, bro. This is the ether. This is the man that is so racist. This is the man that was trying to take our rights away. This is the man that hated black people and hated black women. I don't see it. I keep looking for the clip where he's going to say something racist. I've come across clips where he said something where I'm like, I don't fully agree with that, but I get where you're coming from. But I haven't come across anything, and I mean anything, where I'm like, man, that guy's just a straight up racist. Nothing. Majority of things that I've seen where he said about black people, he backed it up with facts, with statistics. The facts show that in the 1960s, before the Civil Rights Act was moved, that black people were more together. Right? Only 25% of black families didn't have a father in the household before 1965, before the Civil Rights Act was passed. This man proved with statistics that actually, no, the Civil Rights Act was bad for black people, because after the Civil Rights fast forward to today, over 75% of black households do not have the father. Majority of our families are being born out of wedlock. And it is because of the programming that we have accepted. It is because of the lies and the deculturalization that we have accepted. Us as black people, we used to be loving, caring, protected. You didn't go in the black neighborhood and feel dangerous. Where do you think the phrase Southern hospitality came from? You used to go around people in the South and feel safe. Now you go down in the South, Louisiana, Alabama, you see a herd of niggas, you're scared. Is that the white man's fault? Is that the white man's fault that they have programmed you to be degenerates and to be thugs? Is it the white man's fault that the so-called black woman, she in school, she educated, but that so-called black man who's also in school and is also getting educated, she's not going to give him the time of day. She's going to go deal with Pookie and Ray Ray, that is a degenerate, that is destroying the streets, that mistreats her, that got babies all over the place. She's going to bow down to that nigga. Oh, yeah, that one hits home because I'm the good guy that gets overlooked. Oh, Richawd, who hurt you? Yeah, that shit hurt me. That shit hurt me that I was a good man and you went and got dug out and used up by some no good ass nigga. Now you on social media talking about ain't no good man when, bitch, I was right in front of your face. Yeah, I'm hurt by that. But that's the white man's fault, right? And now the result of it is what? 75% of households without a father in the household. So many fathers talking about baby mama drama, this, that, and the third. You crying about how you getting used up by the court. How about you don't have baby mamas so there won't be baby mama drama? You're supposed to have children. You're supposed to have women of your children. You're supposed to have wives. In some societies, concubines, but let's just start small. Wives or a wife. You're supposed to have a wife. Let's start small, because niggas don't even just got a wife that they respect and honor. You know, we can't get on with the whole wives and concubines. We just got to focus on one, goddamn, because we can't even get the one rights. This is the ether of all you Charlie Kirk was racist ass niggas. No, you have a low level of IQ. You're like the majority of people that he's interviewing. He's telling you facts and you come with excuses. The only reason that black people, don't have fathers in the household is because a white man told us that, we need to go out here and be degenerates and thugs. It's not our fault for following the programming, following the lies. Other cultures, they get lies perpetuated about them, but they still strong in culture, right? The Chinese, they talk shit about the Chinese, but they still strong in culture. They still come here and make their money. What's our excuse? What is our excuse? See, they've taught you to victimize yourself and make excuses for your problems. And when someone gives you a solution to your problems, attack that man. Glorify Pookie, glorify Future, but tear down Charlie Kirk. Glorify Future, glorify NBA Youngboy, but tear down Kevin Samuels, who was telling niggas to get their mind right, to start focusing, to start holding these women accountable. They teach you to be a boy and to be emasculated by women. No, Kevin Samuels showed black men, no, you can be a black man and you can stand on business. You don't got to cower. You don't got to sit around and listen to a woman bickering. If a woman ain't trying to listen to your instructions, you can mute that bitch and be like, get out my chat as a black man. You don't have to sit there and take the punishment like a little boy. No, you're the man. You're the head. You need to take control and stop following the lies. Stop following the woman. Stop goddamn whoremongering and take care of your damn kids. That's the problem. Niggas get to the league and blow all their money because you want to be in the club popping bottles. We got all these NBA players wifing up thoughts, putting babies in thoughts. Now niggas got to grow up with Brittany Renner as a mother because you want to be out here whoremongering. God be with that little boy. He gonna go through hell dealing with that family dynamic. And that family dynamic that we glorify, love and hip hop, all that bullshit that get these bitches pussy wet, is the reason why our community is screwed. But we don't want to take that accountability for our ratchetness and our low levelness. We don't want to accept the fact that yes, they lowered the test scores. Yes, if you're a black dude and you're a buck and you're real good at sports, they gonna make it easier for you to get into the school than some white dude that ain't that good at sports. They gonna lower the standards so you can get in, so you can make their school money, so they can exploit your dumb ass. How long are we gonna sit around and be exploited before we wake up and realize that we are the problem? We are allowing them to trick us. You can only trick a fool. How long will we be fools as so-called black people? Charlie Kirk exposed the black community for our hypocrisy, and he was actually trying to lend a helping hand. Like, look, I'm seeing these patterns and these issues that you guys keep following. Maybe if you thought a little differently, maybe if you moved a little differently, you wouldn't be so disrespected. You wouldn't have all these problems. Maybe if you stopped creating racism in your head. I seen one interview where it was some dude talking about, oh, I get called an N-word by white people all the time. And Charlie Kirk was like, how many white people? Charlie Kirk called his cap. He like, no, I think that's cap. How many? I doubt that a quote unquote white person is just coming up to you and saying the N-word in a derogatory way and nothing is happening about it. Because we know if you can prove and if you can get evidence of a so-called white person saying anything racist, they're going to eat through that nigga. What was that owner of the Clippers? Who Donald Sterling, that nigga. Stop playing. But a black person come out and say some racist shit, there's going to be no outrage. You can be black and you can be racist and you can be white and not be racist. That is a fact. Let a black person come out and say, let a black mom come out and say, don't you bring home no white girl. All the black women, they get mad when they see a black man with a white girl. Why he with a white woman? If white people be like, man, don't you bring home no nigga. And then he see you with a nigga, he in the comment section, oh, why you with a nigga? Oh, he racist, but we not. This is the ether of all the hypocrisy, man. Do you realize it? Do you see it? I know a lot of you just can't get right. You ain't never gonna get it, right? You missing some chromosomes or something. I don't know what the hell wrong with some of you niggas. But y'all just ain't never gonna get it. But for those who may get it one day, do you see the tricks that they're playing on you? See, the problem is us. We need to take control over our people and our culture. We need to get control over our household. We need to stop being Pookies and Ray Rays. We need to stop glorifying drug culture, hoe culture, pimp culture. That's why we got babies all over the place and you can't tell who the father was because the mama was out there dealing with 15, 20 other dudes. So she don't know which. He kind of look like him. He got his nose. He got his lip. He got his digging stick. He got his shoulders. He got his eyes. I don't know who the daddy with your hoe ass. That's the problem. You women need to stop being hoes and you men need to stop being whoremongers. That's the problem. That's why we can't get nowhere. That's why we ain't got no culture. We don't teach our children about God. We got all these false prophets in the church. We got all these hoes running to the church and they church not holding them accountable for being a hoe. That's the problem. But y'all don't want to have those conversations. When people start having those conversations, they a coon. They a Uncle Tom. They a sellout. If a white person try to have these conversations with y'all don't want to have these conversations because you emotional little boys and emotional little girls. Don't care what the age is. If you think like a child, I see you and I'm going to treat you like a child. I'm going to talk to you like a child, like you're dumb and like I got to break everything down to the T for your dumb ass to understand. Tired of the foolishness, man. Tired of y'all coming around trying to educate me on shit when you don't know anything. Tired of y'all using my status. Oh, you still live with your parents. You still this, you still that. What does that have to do with what I'm telling you? What does that have to do with the facts that I'm telling you? Is right, and is wrong. Answer me that. Is what is correct, and is what is wrong. Or is it just about who you like? Is it just about who got the same skin color as you? Kamala was one of the worst presidential candidates I've ever seen. But black people went and voted for her because she was black. That is racist. Because the most qualified presidential candidate was Trump. But a lot of y'all voted for her just because she was black. Those are the facts. These are the problems. And I ain't vote for Trump. I ain't vote for nobody. I'm an independent. I don't believe in voting. I think we got bigger fish to fry than who we vote for. I think it's a selection more than an election anyway. But I just call a spade a spade. Kamala was horrible. Her policies were terrible. Her public speaking skills were terrible. Her leadership skills were terrible. I wouldn't want her to lead me to shit. I wouldn't trust her to lead me to a lake. Right? I wouldn't trust her to lead me to a lake at the beach, bruh. We can be at the beach. She can see the lake. She gonna fuck it up some way, somehow. She gonna lead me off a cliff somewhere. I don't trust her. But Trump, I don't trust him either. But damn it, I trusted him more than I trusted her. I don't trust no politician. But until black people start addressing these problems, these issues that Charlie Kirk was telling you about, go do some research on Charlie Kirk. Watch the full video. Stop just going off of a clip. A clip doesn't get things into context. We got to learn how to be, we got to learn how to have, damn it, what's the word? We got to learn how to have investigative journalistic skills. Basically, knowing how to get to the bottom of something. Knowing how to do investigations. Knowing how to get the full truth and not just go off of damn narratives. That is our problem. We've been fed narratives for years, for generations, and we keep following this victimization narrative because the victimization narrative pays. But until we break free of that, until we break free of the mindset of, oh, we need less police. No, we need more police in the hood so we can get these Negroes off the street, so we can bring order. You go in any orderly neighborhood, there is a police presence, nigga. Why do we thinking, why in our dumbass mind have we been programmed, oh, I live in a dangerous neighborhood. I need less police. So when someone comes and robs me, I have nobody to call. So when someone comes and robs me, I got to wait 2-3 hours for somebody to fucking show up. But no, we need less police, you dumb Negroes. But I'm the problem. I'm the uneducated one. I'm the one who's out of touch. Right. This is the ether of all you Charlie Kirk was racist people. Of all you, he got what he deserved. Of all you, he was spewing hate. He was spewing negativity. I haven't seen no hate or no negativity. I've seen a man voice his opinion and give reasons for that, gives facts for that, give statistics for that. And that man was taken out just like many men were taken out for telling the damn truth. And niggas just couldn't handle it because they making too much money off of lies. And they don't want people to finally wake up and realize that you are moving at a low level. And you're being programmed to be a degenerate and move at a low level, and it is destroying you from the inside out. It is destroying your spirit. It is destroying your glow. It is destroying your light. It is destroying your ability to have a functional relationship with a woman. It is destroying your ability, if you're a woman, to have a functional relationship with a man. It is destroying your ability to be somebody who people can be around at work. A lot of you guys are very toxic and bring a lot of toxic and negative energy at your job. You do a lot of spiteful and little sneaky shit at your job because you act like a child. A lot of you at your jobs acting like children. And then they fire you and you call them racist because they got tired of dealing with a child and an adult in an adult field. People don't want to be around children. If they want to be around children, they would have been a kindergarten teacher. You don't go to work to deal with stupid shit. When you're a kindergarten teacher and you go teach the kindergarten children, you know you're finna deal with some stupid shit because you're dealing with children. Nobody wants to go to their job around a bunch of adults dealing with dumb shit. Anybody in their right mind will want to find a way to get your ass up out of there. But until you start looking in the mirror, you victimization niggas, until y'all start looking in the mirror and realizing we got to gird up our loins. We got to pull up our damn pants. We got to stop funding the enemy and start funding our communities. We got to start being the head over our households. We got to start teaching our children the word of God, not just taking them to church and thinking that's enough. Until we start doing these things and holding ourselves accountable for our destiny, until we start manifesting our destiny, and dealing with whatever problems come. See, we don't want to deal with problems as people. We want to whine and bitch and complain about it, and we want somebody else to come solve our problems. Somebody like Charlie Kirk was like, no, it's not our job as white people to solve your problem as black people. It's your job to do that. You need to get your community together. You need to stop selling drugs to your people. You need to stop pimping out your woman. You need to stop abandoning your woman and your children. You need to stop investing in the entertainment and the artists that are pawns and bots and have been exposed. They've been exposed for years now, and you continue to go sell them out. You continue to go fill up their pockets, and they don't give a damn about you. They don't do nothing for your community. Their whole agenda is to keep you dumb. Until we start taking accountability for these problems, we ain't going to ever get nowhere as people. And we're going to always be at the bottom. And Charlie Kirk was trying to warn you. You're being led into a trap, and you're being taught to be a victim. If you change the way you think, maybe you can change your problems. And they was like, no. It's too many people starting to agree with this nigga. The Republicans going to win again in 2028 at this rate. We need to put a stop to this. It's too many niggas turning their back on the liberal party. It's too many niggas waking up to the truth. No, this man got 4 million subscribers on YouTube. He's getting a big audience, selling out arenas just to talk. And he's speaking the truth? Oh, hell no. Somebody go cap this nigga off, man. He costing me money. Mafia shit. Right? Until we stop being degenerates and being evil, this world would never change. Our community would never change. But I've said enough, man. Peace.